So hello guys and welcome to the Real Things podcast. Big up on yourself, big up on yourself, big up on yourself. Happy new week, my people. Blessings, blessings, blessings. And for those of you who are new here, welcome to the podcast. Firstly, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on this video on your way in and let us meet in the comment section. For those of you who are returning, welcome back, my people, to the Real Things. So the know say my love for you is from end to end. Blessings and welcome. Don't forget my super moderators. Big up on yourself and know that you're always first in line. You understand? Big up on yourself. So, my people, firstly, I want to give the Creator thanks before I go into the podcast. I want to give the Creator thanks for us being here, seeing a whole new week that could not have been possible without the love of Jah. You understand? Without the love of the Creator, that could never be possible. So, big up, a whole new week. And yes, let us look forward to what this week has in store for us. Anyway, guys, I want to do a quick recap of this weekend and we will be out. Yeah, man. So many of you may have been aware that the ongoing saga in Nyabohanse has, somehow deepened. I don't know if that's the right term, but I'm gonna say deepen because the saga that I'm talking about is the name calling and the naming of the big question that everybody was asking: who is the father of that young lady's child? I mean, this honestly, people, this to me right now is like, when you're watching a TV show, that is exactly how I feel about the whole Nyabohanse situation. And we go for entertainment, we go for education, but lately, when I say we go, I mean we go and watch. We sometimes we are entertained by the crazy things that some other parties do. But this is beyond crazy. What has been happening lately is beyond crazy because we've seen where vulnerables are being lured to the camera with the promise of them getting a better life. So they would be told that if you come out and tell the people some things and people will pity you, people will sponsor you. So then these vulnerables in return, what we saw played out over the past 2 weeks was actually, no, 3 weeks, if not a month. They would come out and say things and do things. And now we are seeing where one of the young lady, which is, I want to call her the star of the show, Lady Obasa, who was allegedly underage. We've seen her come out. We've heard from the brother's mouth that she's over 18 now. Some people are saying she's like 23. Now, long story short, it is now out in the public. Jose Vegas hosted Sintake on his how would you say this now, on his channel a few days back, maybe about 2-3 days now, and Sintake dropped a bomb that this young lady in the star of the show in Nyabohanse telenovela, this Obasa, Sintake was saying that Obasa should come and tell the people who is so and so, which was the name of the person now, who presumably is the father of Obasa's beautiful little baby Abigail. People, this is real life TV. Real life telenovela. Now, it's not a laughing matter, even when it comes to the ongoing issues in Nyabohanse. I'm telling you the honest truth. And it's not Nyabohanse alone, but this is the topic for today. This is a worldwide epidemic. But we've seen where the root cause of the problems, if they're not being addressed, we are seeing where all that is playing out in front of us, it is going to get worse. We are seeing that it is going to get worse. It is bad. It is bad. We've seen where Gitriba was hauled off to jail. No, he's now out, but he was hauled off to jail based on accusations of molestation of vulnerables and such the likes. Now, I don't know. I was not there. I don't know if there's any truth to this. I'm not here to condone any bad behaviors. You understand? Believe me, I'm not here to condone that. But we are seeing where there's an infestation, which is very bad. Very, very bad infestation of these vulnerables being placed in predicaments where they're left with no choice than to go a particular way and do this particular thing, or else they would suffer. So the root cause is what is needed to be addressed before anything else be fixed. Educate, I said it already, I'm going to say it again. Educate these caregivers. Know where their kids are, know where their relatives are. I would say young relatives are, vulnerable relatives are. Don't take them and send them to work into people's homes and not knowing that they are being placed in situations where they'll be susceptible to harassment. But it seems to be a continuous cultural thing, even though it's now modern time, because I have family who suffered back then. Even my mom suffered from the same cultural practices by sending your young girl, child into people's homes, and God knows what happens during these times. But I think that the fact that Kenya is now stepping away from a lot of these practices, I would want to think that this should have been one of the first things that they approach, because due to this infestation of early marriages and childhood pregnancies and the likes, I would want to think that the government would have addressed these situations by first eradicating the poverty, because it is the poverty which places these caregivers and parents in the position whereby they would marry off their young vulnerables, or they would send them off into homes or send them out into the world to let them fend for themselves and the family, or family and themselves. Because in most cases, that's what we hear. They would have to be the ones searching for anything better for the family, especially if it's like a grandparent, they're left with grandparents and such the likes. So I would have thought that the government would have try to work on a program as to help to eradicate the poverty, somehow. Then they tackle the other issues. You understand? Because if the kids don't have no reason to go out into the world to hustle, they would go to school. They wouldn't leave home, and they wouldn't have no other the jobs in the homes instead of being a house girl. The jobs of being house girls would be passed on to mature people. You understand what I'm trying to say, my people? So we've seen where the infestation of early childhood pregnancy is basically an epidemic in Nyabohanse, just like the rest of the world, many places in the rest of the world. An epidemic in Nyabohanse. It's not that the whole of Nyabohanse is filled with that, but there are many cases, or too many cases of that people trying to terminate early pregnancies and all kind of something, taking it in their own hands. It happens in many other countries also. But the people, the content creators, have now taken a turn and taken it into their hands to bring the vulnerables on camera, to spill out them instead of going to the authorities. Because there are NGOs, there are clinics, there are places that they should go. There are police stations, whatever. You go, you make your report. When you come to social media, put these girls, lure them here with the promise of money to come and spill out them soul to the world with the hopes of getting assistance. And then things start to go sour. Accusations, implications of innocent people that may not even have come close, fabrication of stories. It's looking bad, and I don't know how this is going to be fixed. Honestly, I'm seeing people running here, running there. The likes of Obasa, the star of the entire show right now, is coming out to say even she's sorry about the whole thing, because her name is being tossed here and everywhere, and she no longer like it. Now, when it comes to the level of morale, that there is another major issue. Because when you have low morals, you're gonna do any and everything in order to be under the limelight, or even to get from point A to point B. You understand? So this is a massive problem and an infestation where I don't know how it is going to be fixed. So yesterday I posted a poll on my community, and I had a reason for doing so. My reason for doing so is because based on how I see things are playing out, the ones who started this mayhem, the ones who actually orchestrated this infestation single-handedly, Gitriba was arrested, right? Based on what Mogesi and Gintu brought on camera. All right? So, if it is that he's guilty, at least we can say one good thing came out of it. Right? Asides that, my God, asides that, there's lots and lots. It's quite evident that now people are unsubscribing, people are attacking even the star of this telenovela, which is Odessa. They're attacking her in her comment section. So I'm saying the poll that I posted on the community tab was to get a feedback from the public, my viewing audience, get a feedback as to how they see this whole thing, what their thoughts are on this whole thing. Do they think that people, the orchestrators of this entire saga, should be held liable for misinformation? Because a lot of things are being said in between 3, 4, and 5 times a day. When these people bring content out there, more and more craziness. It's like they're getting mad for money, mad for views. And people, I see the likes of even Marwa coming to his live yesterday, wanting to say some things. But, because Rosie really is not one for drama, she's just trying to, put him down to tell him, no, sit down here. So, no, let us not deal with this now. Leave that. Marwa had some things to say. Because it's paining to see that he tried to help these people by bringing them to his platform. And the subscribers would divide every time that he tries to bring correction to issues. It's bad. Onlookers on the outside, participants from on the outside, the bad participants, the ones that are injecting, that are encouraging, that are enabling these guys, these young people to continue in this hazardous path, toxic path. I think you need to stand back and take a look at yourself, because now, because of the encouragement, because of the participation of the onlookers, the likes of this toxic lie peddling grandma called Yummy Kitchen, people like these who would listen to Gintu because he's in Nyabohanse, believing that Gintu is telling the truth. For instance, there was an incident where Gitriba was arrested and was released on bond. And whatever he called her and told her, people's names were called that had nothing to do with the bond of Gitriba. Only for him, this woman came to her live on Friday, I think it was, and just peddle lies. Breaking news. For a grown woman with a child that is ailing from cancer, I would expect that you would sit down and be talking to God right now. Not coming to social media to peddle lies. Breaking news. Oh, village grandpa, bail, Gitriba, blah, blah, blah. Only for Magic KE to come back out to the camera on a later time on Jose Vegas's video to clear the air that village grandpa had nothing to do with the bonding out of Gitriba. Do you see how where this is going? Peddling lies. You guys who are enabling this nonsense and sending monies, encouraging them to go along with the foolishness because you want village gossip. You are so far away, and yet you are taking your mouth to create nothing but damage. Justice for Anastasia. What do you know? You should be ashamed of yourself. What do you know? Are you sure it was, she was saying Anastasia, somebody called her to tell her that this is Anne and I'm calling to ask if I can live in the UK, if you can send for me, I can work in your house as a maid. Listen, what you need to know, lady, this internet is filled with evil. People will go extra length, just like how you are doing right now, to get back, and it is quite obvious that you're doing things for getting back at whomever it is that you're trying to get at, which the quite obvious is Marwa. You would attack, and the hypocrisy, oh my God. So guys, as I was saying, it is toxic, it's an infestation, and as far as I'm concerned, the ones that are on the outside and basically enabling these patterns, these behavior, these people, enabling these people to come to the likes of Gintu, Mogesi, and all the others to come to the camera to bold-facedly lie and twist. Oh, I'm running for my life. Oh, my parents kick me out. What parents kick what out? Who is running from what life? It is all a play, all a charade. And you guys are just being entertained. In the meantime, just for the entertainment, you don't care who is getting squeezed. You don't care who is crying tears. But at all costs, you have to be entertained. It is bad. It is really bad. And these young people that has no morale, low morals, just because they've been promised a better life, they would come to the camera. Oh, and you know, this one was that, and I would wear better clothes because I know that you don't like to see me in my... Leave the people and let them live the lives that they're living. They've been there from the inception. Take your westernized behavior away from the village. Let them live their lives. There's a president in Kenya. And if he chooses, there are youth leaders in the village, and if they chose not to do anything about it, not that I'm saying that you guys should turn a blind eye, but stop enabling lies. Stop enabling this fabrication, this tarnishing of they're living in the same environment. They have to face each other on a daily basis. Yeah. That is basically what I'm saying. So this young lady, Odessa, has come out to say that she's tired. But honestly, I'm telling you, it is all a mind game. She's here again to play because she's not done yet. She hasn't gotten what was promised to her. Look sharp. She's going to continue until somebody hears her because it was promised. This is the product, or this is the byproduct of your enablement. From the lie peddling, the paying them off to come out to the camera to spew bile. She will not be finished. And look sharp. If many other names are not going to be called in different places, it is not done yet. And one day, until some kind of red substance hit the ground, you guys will not get it until it's too late. I don't want to be too graphic here. Anyway, my people, I will close this leg of the podcast. It was really a pleasure being here with you on this Monday morning live. Unfortunately, I would come to you in a live version of the podcast on another time, at another time. I trust that you enjoyed our discussion. Please leave your thoughts on the front section of the comments, and I will see you guys in another one. Peace, blessings, one love.